Is the watch inside this packaging San Martin's best ever watch? It's a bold claim, but it could be, you know. I've had a lot of people asking me to review this watch, and I think it looks incredible. And they've just teased us with a new variation of this watch, which will be available very, very soon. Anyway, this one has just arrived. Let me show you the watch I'm talking about. Now, if you're familiar with San Martin watches, you will know, of course, I am referring to the SN0129. If you're not familiar with San Martin watches, there it is. Look at this. I think it looks incredible. Housing an NH34 GMT movement. Lots of originality to this watch. I don't think it's perfect. I've already noticed something about this watch that I'm not wild about, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good, doesn't it? The other version of this watch that they've been teasing us with on Instagram has a sort of sand dune dial. It looks amazing. Those sorts of dials are all the rage at the moment. This dial has sort of vertical brushing on it, and it almost looks like a sort of steel dive. There's a very sort of industrial look to this watch, but also dressy as well, because there's lots of polished surfaces seemingly. Anyway, I'm waffling. Let me get the plastic off. I'll be back in a mo, and then we can have a proper good look at it. Right, there we go. All the plastic has been removed, and there are quite a lot of polished surfaces on this watch, which gives it a sort of dressier look. Like I've said already, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because, well, it's all silver, and yeah, legibility seems fine in this light box. I'll take it outside in a minute. But the fact that it's, well, very silver gives it that sort of industrial look to some degree, but then they've garnished it with lots and lots of little polished touches. I mean, look at that polished surface running the length of the case, and it's on top of the crown guards, look, and the bezel has some polished chamfered edges on it. The bracelet has polished center links, and that's what I was referring to at the beginning. I'm not massively wild about these polished center links, but I understand why they've used them in this watch or on this watch, because, well, like I've said, there's just lots of little polished touches. Look, a little bit of polishing there on the logo, polishing on the corners of the clasp. It is their very popular on-the-fly adjustment clasp. Look. Yeah, it's a good looking watch. Really nice side profile as well. Look at that bezel. Some nice depth to it. It's quite a chunky watch, actually. A decent amount of weight to it as well. 100 meters of water resistance, so it's a sort of dive style watch to some degree, but it is a GMT watch. And I've just noticed more little polished facets on the inside of the lugs, look. So yeah, a really interesting K shape. Lots to look at with this watch. I'm still trying to absorb it all. Polishing down the side of the bracelet. The specifications will be good, or they are good. You know, San Martin watches, they don't tend to cut corners when it comes to the specifications. So it will be sapphire, AR coating, solid end links, solid links, screw pins, decent clasp, screw down crown, screw down case back. I haven't moved the hands. Let me do that. Wind up the crown. Feels nice. Date complication at the 3 o'clock. Look. Let's just move some hands. Yep, everything works as you would expect. The bezel is fixed, of course. It is a 24-hour bezel. It's a fixed bezel, doesn't rotate at all, and yeah, it is beautifully finished, isn't it? The hands are nice and long, good length to the hands. A red tip on that second hand as well, look, and a little bit of red above the 6 GMT automatic 100M applied logo. Beautiful indices and hands as well, and just lots of silver and lots of light play. I mean, those applied indices look to be beautifully finished. I'm going to take some macro shots and macro footage, and you're probably looking at it right now. Yeah, it seems to be beautifully finished, and yeah, the light play from those indices is really quite noticeable, isn't it? So yeah, lots of sort of different angled facets on those markers. Yeah, I like the dial as well. The color's slightly darker than stainless steel, isn't it? It almost looks like a sort of silvery grey dial with vertical brushing, which isn't that obvious at a distance, but when you look at it close up, you can see the brushing, and I suspect it will be more noticeable outside. Yeah, I like it, and I suspect the sort of sand dune dial version will also be a very popular one. And yeah, I'm not sure if they'll be sending me that one to review as well, because, well, I think it's identical to this apart from the dial. But if they do, obviously, I will produce some content on it very quickly, because I think it's going to be a popular one, isn't it? Right, here it is then on my roughly average sized wrist. I think they've done an incredible job with this one. It looks fantastic. Roughly $300. I have asked them for a discount code. If they have provided one, it will be in my video description. I can't wait as well to see, hopefully, the sand dune dial version. I think that's going to be popular as well. It's a fairly chunky watch, and weight and dimensions in the bottom right hand corner. It's not too heavy. Weight is well distributed all the way around the wrist, solid links, and a decent sized clasp. So yeah, I've managed to get a perfect fit because of the on the fly adjustment in the clasp, and yeah, it doesn't feel top heavy at all. Yeah, great watch. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments section. Their original designs are getting better and better. Right, guys, as always, thanks for watching.